Welcome back to the channel, guys. My name is Joe. I help people with personal growth and self-development, and in today's video I'm going to be going over 6 signs and symptoms that you are ungrounded. Coming up next. So, to be ungrounded, right? What does this mean? It usually means that all of our energy, right? All of our spiritual energy is not inside of our body, and it's actually on the outside of our body. Most of the times when this happens, we're in some type of like emotional distress, or something going wrong in our life, or there's a lot of like stress going on, just too many things going on to keep up with. And another thing about being ungrounded, it's usually like when you're not being in the present moment, you're not being like 100% of like looking at this pencil, or not being 100% in writing something down, just not being here and now, and you're always like scattered in your brain and everything's going on and you're just thinking, and that's what being ungrounded is. So now I'm going to get into the 6 signs and symptoms that you may be ungrounded. And the main reason I'm doing this video right now is because I've been looking all over YouTube for a video like this and I just can't find it, so I'm gonna be the one to make it. So the first sign and symptom of being ungrounded is you feel spaced out or dizzy all the time. Now what I mean by this is something like you're in your own little bubble and nothing really outside of that bubble matters to you. Nothing exists outside of what's in here. Now, what is the second sign and symptom that you may be ungrounded? The second sign and symptom that you may be ungrounded is being unable to finish any type of task. Having a difficulty time staying consistent with one thing. Like, for some people, some college students out there, you guys can be doing a paper, finish 1 paragraph out of the 10, then you'll go to Instagram for about 3 minutes, then you'll go play the game, then you'll go sit on the couch, watch Netflix, and then you'll go cook, and then you'll burn your house down, and you get the idea. But being unable to finish a specific task is like a clear sign that you're ungrounded and you're jumping from thing to thing to thing to thing to thing to thing. Now, what is the third sign and symptom that you are ungrounded? The third sign and symptom that you are ungrounded is feeling as if your life is a dream, or feeling like you are not in your body. The reason why you might feel like this and you're going to be ungrounded is because your soul is literally outside your body and all of your energy is outside of your body. Now, what is a very simple way to counteract this, and what is a very simple way to just basically ground yourself again? Walking barefoot in nature and connecting back with nature. When you spend time in nature, you automatically start to ground yourself. You automatically start absorbing the negative ions in the air, because negative ions are most abundant in nature. And in the world that we live in today, there's a lot of technology that has a lot of positive ions, from computers to the game to the cell phones to cameras to lights. When we do all this, we tend to really start to like attract all these positive ions into our body, and the only way to really release them is through going into nature. And that's why I feel like this is like the most powerful way that you can possibly ground yourself, is to go into nature, spend time with nature and connect and walk barefoot, because your energy goes right back into your body and goes right back down to the legs. Now, what is the fourth sign and symptom that you are ungrounded? And Jesus, Lord have mercy, does this affect me a lot? You have insomnia, or you just have it's just impossible to go to sleep. It's just impossible to go to sleep. The reason why it's so hard to go to sleep when you're ungrounded is it's because all of your energy is located in your top 3 chakras, right? So when your top 3 chakras, your throat, third eye, and crown, are overactive, overstimulated, and have too much excess energy, it's just, and you don't know what to do like to ground yourself again. It's you have all this stuck energy and your brain is in overdrive. You're thinking of every situation possible. You have all this crazy spiritual energy that's just stuck there. And now, what is a powerful way to actually counteract this? This is something that I actually literally just figured out last week. Take an Epsom salt bath. Take an Epsom salt bath for 30 minutes with lavender oil. This will drain all that energy and balance you out you will sleep like a baby, I promise. I did that last week, and I slept for like 10 hours straight because I was going on like a week and a half with only sleeping like 2 hours a night, and I was wondering like why I was starting to feel like shit, and I realized like, yo, I am so super ungrounded right now. So powerful way, Epsom salt baths. You can find Epsom salt at literally anywhere. You can get Walgreens, Stop and Shop. ShopRite has them really cheap. So invest in some Epsom salts and go take a bath, boys. Now, what is the 5th sign and symptom that you are ungrounded? You are ungrounded if you think about your emotions rather than actually feel them. Like I said previously, when our energy is stuck up here, we're constantly jumping from thought to thought to thought to thought. Where's my keys? When am I going to get to work? What am I cooking for dinner in 3 weeks? What am I going to do for my mother's birthday in 7 months from now? The reason why it's so difficult for us to feel emotions rather than when we're thinking about them is because all that energy is stuck here. We're not really focusing on our body. Our emotions are mostly in our body. Like, I've never felt an emotion up here, maybe besides anger, but every other emotion is just here. Now, what is a very powerful way to fix this? A very powerful way to fix this is to feel the part of your body that is in lack. Focus on that part of your body that is in lack. So like for me, I usually get a lot of energy blockages right here. So what I'll do is I'll breathe in the color yellow, since that is the solar plexus chakra. I'll breathe in the color yellow, breathe it into the solar plexus area, and I'll breathe out black. What this is going to do is release all that stagnant energy in your body, and it's going to flow back down. Or better yet, even focus all the energy from right here, right? And try putting it all the way down to your root. But don't put too much into your root, because then you'll have an overactive root chakra and then you'll feel lazy and lethargic. So basically what I'm saying is breathe and do energy work. Now, what is the 6th sign and symptom that you are ungrounded? Alright, this is going to be like an abundance of things. It's being clumsy, bumping into things, dropping things, having a faulty memory, just not feeling like yourself, just, being stagnant in life, or not attracting what you want. It's just an abundance of things, of like extra symptoms. I put those first 6 symptoms because I thought those were the most relevant, the most things that a lot of people feel. Those are the most things that I feel. Now, what can you do to basically all combat this all? Like I said before, breathing, energy work, Epsom salt baths, walking in nature, and maybe exercise, and a lot of heavy foods. Like, I noticed that if I don't eat meat or something like that for 2-3 days, I'll get very ungrounded. So increase the density of your foods. Make sure to exercise really good. Make sure to take them Epsom salt baths. Make sure to connect with nature, and you're sure not to be ungrounded no more. That's right. So on that note, that's gonna be the end of this video. If you guys liked this video, like, comment, and subscribe. I really appreciate that. And remember, if you're going through hell, keep fucking going. Hit it.